Mastering the art, a wise decision. Decision-making shapes the path of your life. Whether it's small daily choices or life-changing decisions, mastering the art of making wise decisions is crucial. The quality of your decisions determines the quality of your future. In this video, we'll explore powerful techniques and methods that can guide you in making better, more informed decisions, reducing uncertainty, and aligning your actions with your personal values. By applying these strategies, you'll develop the clarity and confidence necessary to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and foresight. Decision-making is not about avoiding mistakes altogether, but about making the best possible choices with the information you have. Let's dive into these practical methods that will transform the way you approach decisions. Chapter 1. Managing emotions in decision-making. Emotions are an intrinsic part of who we are. They provide important cues and can inform our decisions in positive ways, but they can also cloud judgment if not managed properly. Emotions such as fear, anger, excitement, or even anxiety can drive you into making decisions that don't align with logic or long-term goals. Learning how to control emotional responses and make decisions from a place of calm clarity is key to thinking rationally and ensuring your choices are sound. Emotional intelligence is a skill, and the more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Method 1. The pause and reflect approach. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to manage emotions in decision-making is by practicing the pause and reflect approach. This method is rooted in the idea that time and space are your best allies in making wise decisions. Before making a decision, whether it's a minor or major one, take a moment to pause. Reflect on the situation with a calm and clear mind. By pausing, you give your brain the chance to process your emotions rather than react impulsively. For instance, if you're dealing with a stressful situation, taking time to reflect allows you to evaluate all the available information rather than letting your emotions dictate your actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, emphasized this concept in his writings. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote is a reminder that you hold the power to choose how you react to any situation. And with that power comes the ability to make better decisions. Method 2. Emotional labeling. Another important technique in managing emotions is known as emotional labeling. It may sound simple, but identifying and naming your emotions can significantly reduce their intensity and allow you to approach decisions more rationally. By putting a label on what you're feeling, whether it's anger, fear, sadness, or excitement, you can disarm the emotion and prevent it from overwhelming your thought process. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm feeling overwhelmed," try saying, "I'm feeling anxious because I'm afraid of making the wrong choice." By naming the emotion, you acknowledge its presence and allow yourself to process it more effectively. This technique is especially useful when you're facing high-pressure decisions that involve personal or professional stakes. Once the emotion is identified, it's much easier to move forward from a logical standpoint. Chapter 2. Analyzing decisions rationally. The second pillar of wise decision-making is learning how to analyze decisions through rational thought processes. Emotions are only part of the picture. Logic and structured thinking are equally essential. Rational decision-making requires careful analysis, breaking down complex problems into manageable steps, and understanding the consequences of each possible action. Method 3. The pros and cons list. One of the oldest yet most effective tools in decision-making is the pros and cons list. While it may seem simplistic, the power of writing down the advantages and disadvantages of a decision lies in its ability to offer a clear visual representation of your options. When you put pen to paper and outline the positive and negative outcomes of each choice, you remove the guesswork and give yourself an objective framework to assess your options. For example, if you're deciding between two job offers, listing the pros and cons of each option can provide insight into which job aligns better with your goals, values, and long-term vision. Be honest and prioritize the factors that will have the greatest impact on your future. It's important to not only focus on short-term benefits, but also consider how each decision fits into your broader life goals. This way, your choices are more intentional and inform. Method 4. The 5 Whys Technique. A more in-depth method for rational decision making is the 5 Whys Technique. Developed as part of problem-solving processes, this technique can also be applied to decision-making to uncover the root cause behind your choices. The idea is simple. Ask yourself why 5 times to get to the heart of the matter. This process not only helps you clarify your motivations, but also reveals hidden concerns or biases that may be influencing your decision-making. For instance, if you're hesitant to take on a new opportunity, you might start by asking yourself, why am I feeling unsure? Continue asking why until you identify the core reason behind your hesitation. By the 5th why, you might discover that it's not the opportunity itself that's holding you back, but rather a fear of failure or lack of confidence. Understanding the real cause of your hesitation allows you to address it directly and make more confident decisions. Chapter 3. Aligning decisions with personal values. Wise decisions are not just about logic or managing emotions. They must also align with your core values. Your values are the compass that guides your life's journey, and when your choices reflect what's truly important to you, they lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. Method 5. Defining your core value. The first step in aligning decisions with your values is to clearly define them. Take time to reflect on what principles guide your life. Is it integrity, growth, kindness, independence? Whatever your core values are, they serve as a moral and ethical compass that can steer you in the right direction when faced with tough decisions. For example, if personal growth is one of your top values, you might choose to pursue opportunities that challenge and stretch you, even if they involve some discomfort in the short term. On the other hand, if you value stability, you might prioritize decisions that offer security over excitement. By staying connected to your values, you ensure that your decisions bring you closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. Method 6. The value alignment test. Once you've identified your core values, you can use the value alignment test to assess whether your decisions are in sync with those values. Before making a significant decision, ask yourself, does this choice align with my core values? If the answer is no, that could be a sign that this decision might not be right for you, no matter how tempting or beneficial it may seem in the short term. For instance, if financial independence is one of your core values, but you're considering making a large purchase that could put you in debt, you might recognize that this decision conflicts with your value system. The value alignment test is a simple but powerful tool to keep your life on course and ensure your decisions resonate with who you are at your core. Chapter 4. Seeking advice from others. Wise decision making isn't a solitary endeavor. No one has all the answers, and sometimes the best choices come from gathering perspectives beyond your own. Seeking advice from trusted individuals who can offer fresh insights is an invaluable strategy. When we make decisions in isolation, we can fall victim to biases, blind spots, or emotional overreactions that others may help us overcome. Method 7. The mentor consultation. A mentor or experienced individual can provide clarity and perspective in times of uncertainty. Whether it's a career decision, personal life choices, or navigating a difficult situation, mentors can draw from their experience to offer guidance. The mentor consultation method involves seeking out someone whose wisdom and experience you respect and asking for their advice before making major decisions. Ask questions like, what would you do in this situation? Or what risks am I not seeing? By engaging in this dialogue, you gain new perspectives and avoid pitfalls that may not have been apparent from your point of view. The key is to choose mentors whose values align with your own and who have experience in the area where you need guidance. Method 8. The feedback loop. In addition to seeking one-off advice from mentors, creating a feedback loop is another effective way to refine your decision-making over time. A feedback loop involves regularly checking in with trusted individuals or a group of peers who can provide ongoing advice and monitor your progress. For example, If you're making decisions about a long-term project or career path, periodically consulting with someone who has been in a similar situation can offer valuable insight. Their external perspective may reveal areas for improvement or warn of potential roadblocks, helping you adjust your course as needed. This continuous feedback system ensures that you remain accountable to your goals and stay aligned with the decisions you've made. Chapter 5. Reflecting on past decision. Personal growth is not just about making the right decisions in the present moment, but also about learning from the choices we've made in the past. Reflection is a key component of wise decision making, as it allows us to analyze both successful and unsuccessful decisions to understand what worked and what didn't. The goal isn't to dwell on mistakes, but to extract valuable lessons that can guide future choices. Method 9. The post-decision review. The post-decision review is a powerful tool for reflection. After making a significant decision, take the time to evaluate its outcome. What went well? What didn't go as planned? What could you have done differently to achieve a better outcome? By conducting a post-decision review, you gain insight into the strengths and weaknesses of your decision-making process. For example, if you recently made a major career change, reflect on whether the transition met your expectations. Was it the right move for your personal growth and happiness? What lessons can you take away from the experience? By reviewing past decisions, you become more self-aware and better equipped to make future choices. Method 10. The hindsight bias technique. Hindsight bias is the tendency to believe, after an event has occurred, that you knew the outcome all along. This cognitive bias can distort how you evaluate past decisions, leading to unnecessary self-criticism or overconfidence. The hindsight bias technique encourages you to review past decisions without letting hindsight affect your judgment. This way, you can analyze your choices more objectively. When reflecting on a decision, ask yourself, given the information I had at the time, did I make the best possible choice? This approach allows you to assess your decision-making process based on the context and facts available at the time, fostering self-compassion and an accurate understanding of your past actions. Chapter 6. Implementing decisions effectively. The success of any decision lies not only in making the right choice, but also in implementing it effectively. Even the best decisions are worthless if they're not acted upon. This chapter focuses on practical methods for turning decisions into action and ensuring you follow through on your commitments. Method 11. The action plan strategy. An action plan is a roadmap that breaks down a decision into smaller, achievable steps. When you have an action plan in place, you're far more likely to turn your decision into reality. This method involves outlining clear, specific actions that need to be taken and setting deadlines for each task on.
For example, if you've decided to start a new business, your action plan might include steps such as researching your target market, creating a business plan, securing funding, and building a website. Each step should be broken down into manageable tasks with deadlines to keep you on track. An action plan keeps you focused, organized, and motivated to follow through on your decisions. Method 12. The accountability partner system. Accountability is a powerful motivator for following through on decisions. The accountability partner system involves sharing your goals and decisions with someone you trust who can help hold you accountable. Whether it's a friend, family member, or coach, having someone regularly check in on your progress increases the likelihood that you'll stay committed to your goals and avoid procrastination. For instance, if you've decided to pursue a fitness goal, an accountability partner could check in with you weekly to see how you're progressing. Knowing that someone else is monitoring your actions encourages you to stay on track and maintain the momentum needed to achieve your goal. Chapter 7. Avoiding common biases. Human decision-making is often influenced by biases and cognitive distortions. These mental shortcuts, while sometimes useful, can lead to poor decisions if not recognized and managed. This chapter explores methods for identifying and avoiding common biases to ensure that your choices are more objective and rational. Method 13. Identifying confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs while ignoring evidence that contradicts them. This bias can lead to poor decisions by reinforcing incorrect assumptions. To avoid falling into the trap of confirmation bias, actively seek out opposing viewpoints and challenge your assumptions options. For example, if you're considering making a major purchase, don't just focus on the positive reviews. Actively look for criticisms or alternative opinions to ensure you're getting a balanced perspective. By doing so, you can make a more informed and objective decision. As Albert Einstein once said, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Method 14, the Premortem Technique. The Premortem Technique is a method of envisioning failure before it happens. It involves imagining that your decision has failed and working backward to identify the potential reasons for that failure. By anticipating possible pitfalls, you can address them before they become real problems, thus improving your chances of success. For instance, if you're starting a new project or launching a product, conduct a premortem by asking yourself, if this project were to fail, what would be the most likely cause? Once you've identified potential reasons for failure, develop strategies to mitigate those risks and strengthen your decision. Chapter 8. Embracing uncertainty. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of life. While we can never fully eliminate uncertainty from our decision-making, we can learn to embrace it and make confident choices despite the unknown. In this final chapter, we'll explore strategies for making decisions in the face of uncertainty. Method 15, the what-if game. The what-if game is a mental exercise that involves asking yourself what-if questions to explore different scenarios and their possible outcomes. This method helps you prepare for various possibilities and enables you to make more informed decisions, even when the future is uncertain. For example, if you're considering a career change, ask yourself, what if I succeed in this new role, and what if it doesn't work out? By thinking through both positive and negative outcomes, you'll be better prepared for whatever comes your way and more confident in your decision. Method 16, the decision tree approach. A decision tree is a visual representation of your options and their potential consequences. By creating a decision tree, you can map out different choices and their outcomes, which helps you make more structured and informed decisions, even in uncertain situations. For example, if you're deciding whether to invest in a new business, draw a decision tree with branches representing the different choices you could make, along with the possible risks and rewards of each option. This approach provides clarity and reduces the anxiety that often comes with making decisions in uncertain circumstances. Inclusion. Mastering the art of wise decisions. Mastering the art of wise decision-making requires a combination of self-awareness, practical techniques, and continuous refinement. Throughout this guide, we've explored various methods for managing emotions, analyzing decisions rationally, aligning choices with values, seeking advice, avoiding biases, and embracing uncertainty. These tools are not one-size-fits-all but can be adapted to different situations and challenges in life. Now it's time to apply these principles. Reflect on your recent decisions and identify areas where you can use these techniques to improve your decision-making process. Start by implementing small changes like pausing before reacting emotionally or creating a simple action plan for a current goal. Over time, as you practice and refine these methods, you'll notice a significant improvement in the quality of your decisions, leading to greater clarity, confidence, and success in all areas of your life. Remember, decision-making is not about perfection. It's about growth, learning, and becoming more aligned with your best self. Every decision you make is an opportunity to become wiser and more capable of shaping the life you want.